Alrighty guys, I got a glass of water here. One of these tall glasses that I use for planters. It's a little dirty, it's got a little rim on it. But I'll have to put that in the wash. So we got my air stone on this little device down here. And what I'm going to do is just before the air stone, I'm going to cut this tubing. And then I'm going to insert okay, there's an arrow here, so I'm guessing I'm going to put it on this one. And it's a nice snug tight fit. Give it a little spin, and then this end, obviously, get the air stone going. And this will be my first test with this item. Okay, so now I will zoom in and I will place the air stone and check valve into the water, and I'm praying that water doesn't get sucked up into the hose and back into the machine. Now, one thing I gotta be careful of is they give you a long line and it seems to want to kink, which is kind of ridiculous. Okay. I'm going to put my foot down here, and then I'm going to activate this machine. Now it has onboard battery, like I said. So I'm going to click this on and we'll see if we get any action. Okay, so we're not getting anything. So the check valve is in wrong. Good thing I tested that. Whoops. Off you go. So, whether this check valve works or not, we're gonna find out. So far, no good. I gotta reverse it. Yeah, there's built up pressure in the line. As soon as I pulled that off, you guys probably heard it on camera. I gotta say, the check valve's poorly labeled. There's no instructions, guys, with this either. So, I'm just doing this by common sense. And I don't deal with fish tanks very often at all. Just trying to get into it so I can get that aquaponics setup going. Okay, so the check valve is reversed, and we're going to place that back inside the water. And now we should have proper airflow into the jar of water. But there's a few spots on this tubing that this stuff wants to kink. So we'll see. Okay, I'm gonna turn this thing on again, and hopefully the air pressure of this thing will open up the kinks. There we go. Much better. Zoom in for you guys. And I'll move the unit around in there. It's fairly quiet. And the check valve's doing its job. Obviously I don't see any water coming back down the tube, which is important. And I do feel some air pressure, or you can feel, you know, the oxygen popping up basically. So that works pretty well. And that will be a backup for my aquaponics setup, because you'll run into situations sometimes where stuff will fail. Maybe an air pump fails, even the circulator could fail. It's always good to have duplicates and multiple ways of powering those, especially off the grid. So that's gonna work just fine, I think. And I can probably incorporate that onto Mike's system. That Mike is mushroompatch.com, by the way, guys. He's the one who donated the fish tank and aquaponics gear. So I may be able to hook, instead of using this airstone, maybe hook directly up to his unit that's longer. It's like a little plastic PVC pipe that runs the length of the the length of the tank almost. Whether it'll give off as much as this does, who knows? Only time will tell, right? But pretty neat. This is my kind of entry level into fish tanks, and you know. Okay, so I just unkinked the hose a bit, and now it's really taken off. Probably running a lot smoother now too. I'm gonna have to do something to fix this tubing so it's you know, not kinking. Have to stretch it out probably, or something. But that looks pretty cool, guys, I gotta admit. And apparently when I do first get into the aquaponics here, guys, I'm just going to use tap water in the tank, fish tank. But what I'll do is run one of these air stones in the tank for at least 24 hours. That way it will hopefully get all the crap out of the city water. I may even just run tap water through my Pro Pure filter first, and then add it to the tank, and then run this air stone 24 hours, just to be on the total safe side. And then apparently what you want to do is always keep a jug of distilled water around to maintain the pH and water levels. So we're gonna get into all that stuff when I get going here, but so far so good here, guys. Device works. I can charge it via USB and solar, and yeah, so that's it for this video, guys. We'll see you on the next one. Alright guys, it is just early morning here. Not a lot of light coming in, but I did set up the solar panel and this thing is charging right away. The red light's on. So pretty impressive, even in low light indoors, that this thing's doing its thing.